Hello people on the internet, my name is Welsh Turtle and welcome to Elite Dangerous. Today I would like to be showing you a guide on Elite Dangerous with the basic movement controls, the basic hardpoint controls, landing gear, and just the keybinds in general, and what you can do to get started, and hopefully help you learn this game better than I did, because let's be honest, I did not do good when I first learned this game. I really didn't. If you are on Xbox, I am sorry, I do not own the game on there, so I don't know the controls. If you do have a joystick for this game, you can just map the controls to what you want on the joystick. And without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so first up, I would like to talk to you about your keybinds, your default keybinds in the game that it gives to you. I've not changed any keybinds except for one, which is the throttle percent 5% speed, which I've turned that to K. I will show you how to change your keybind for that in a minute. So your movement controls basic: W to throttle forward, S to throttle backwards into reverse, and no matter if you're going forward, press X and you will dethrottle, or if you're going reverse, press X, dethrottle again. A to go left, D to go right. And then to activate your hardpoints, press U. These hardpoints are your scanners, guns, kill warrant scanners, and if you press N, you can cycle through all of your fire groups in the game, which are these by here. I've got mine set up like this. If you use the arrow keys, you can go through all your fire groups and press space to activate your fire groups. One is your primary fire, so left click. Secondary fire, which is 2, is your right click. So if I hold right click, shoot my burst lasers. If I hold right click, I'll shoot my multi-cannons, which I need to do that anyway to reload. Press U to attract them. M is for analysis mode, which is your discovery scanner and all of that. You will also have your landing gear as L. Blue light means unretracted or deployed, and light off means it is off, so it's retracted. Home to open your cargo scoop. You then press home again to retract it. Simple as. Insert for external lights, which you can see the blue light up there by the time, and insert again. If you press the hashtag key, you will open your galaxy map. And while you're in your galaxy map, I would like to show you how to filter your stars. Come over to the fourth one across, come down to map, press this, it will say none. Go to star class by scrolling down, and then if you filter your stars like this, you will have your scoopable stars only, which you will need a fuel scoop for. If the easy way to remember the scoopable stars in the game is "Oh be a fine girl, kiss me," or "Oh be a fine guy, kiss me," whichever you prefer. It goes from hottest to coldest in the entire star class. Press hashtag to just come back into your normal cockpit view. You have J for your jump drive, which is, well, your FSD. I'll talk about that a bit later, and that's pretty much all the basic controls except for your FSS, which is full spectrum scanner, which is the @ symbol key. You can only use this when you're at a full stop in FSD. So I will show you how to go about the FSD drive and how to dock at a station manually. If you have a docking computer, come across to by here, go to ship, and then come down to flight assistant. I took my docking computer out because I don't know why, I wanted to save weight. If you come across by here, you will see auto dock or auto launch. Keep those off or on, up to you, wherever you want. If you're not comfortable with docking, then just turn them off, I guess, or turn them on. But if you want to copy me in a few minutes on how to dock, then I will show you how to dock. So next up, we're going to talk about your FSD drive. FSD simply stands for frameshift drive, almost forgot then. The frameshift drive, so you can go from normal speeds to really fast speeds in a matter of 4 seconds, which is pretty good. In order to activate your FSD drive, press J.
Frameshift drive charging.
If you have your hardpoints open, your landing gear retracted, or your home key deployed, you have to retract all of these to go into your FSD drive. While in FSD, you can also use the full spectrum scanner, which if you use, I will show you how to use a bit later on, but it can give you exploration data so that you can sell it at the cartographer at any station that has it. So I want you to press J for me,
Frameshift drive
and then
charging.
throttle upwards, just like that.
Ready to engage.
It will throttle you up,
3, 2,
and then you will come to this sequence, and now you're in your FSD. Press X to kill your throttle. Now press your @ symbol key to activate your full spectrum scanner. I'll talk about this a bit later on, but all you gotta know is this can give you exploration data. To free look in your cockpit, click the middle mouse button in to free look, or click it again to maneuver your ship in any direction. This is really useful. So if you want to go to your panels, and then use your arrow keys to scroll through the navigation, and spacebar to select. Also over here, if you can see, I have systems, engines, and weapons. If I press up on the arrow key, I'll go full engines. Right on the weapons key, I'll have full into weapons, 2 into engines, but no into systems. If I press the back arrow, I'll reset all of my pips. And then if I go to the left, I will put everything into systems, 1 into weapons, and 1 into engines. Personally, I have mine all the way on engines and 2 on systems, because that's just how I like it. It don't really affect you that much in FSD mode, but it does help to have. So I'm going to show you how to dock at a station along with the 7-second rule. So if I come up to system map, and if I select the station by here. So as you can see, I have a compass next to my heat gauge and the station icon. That blue dot there, you need to put it in the middle of your compass and make it blue. If it's blacked out, it means it's behind you, and fly it over to the station. Just like this. It's only saying slowed down sent by a planet, so give that a couple of minutes. Anyway, so I would like to talk about the 7-second rule. The 7-second rule is just pretty much, if you stay in 7 seconds of a station, you will be able to jump out on time. But if you go below 7 seconds, you are going to do the biggest leap of shame of your life if you're a newer player. So just trust me and follow what I do. Try to get that timer there down to 7 seconds exactly, and keep it on 7 seconds. The second it hits 7 seconds, if you're going faster than the speed of light, cut your throttle by pressing X, wait for it to go all the way down, then bring it to the bottom of this blue bar by here until your throttle meter goes blue. So I'm going to go to 7 seconds and demonstrate how to do this rule. As you can see, we'll be there in a minute. 7-second rule is a really good rule to help you dock at a station, or you can just come over here to your navigation and go to the station you have selected and press Super Cruise Assist, which will do it all for you. I'm going to do it without Super Cruise Assist because I'm pretty confident in my abilities to do it. So this is how you do it by ear. So I'm on a minute now. I'm going to watch for 7 seconds, 40, 30, and as you can see I'm going 20 times faster than the speed of light. You want to slow this on down the second that hits 8 seconds or 7 seconds, and just try to keep it as best you can on 7 seconds, okay? So just like this. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, cut your throttle, okay? Right. If that go up, bring up your throttle to the bottom of the blue, and if that goes below 7, then cut your throttle down a bit back. If it goes above 7, bring it a bit more forward. Now this is enough for you to easily glide into the station or the planet. I will show you how to do planet landings a bit later on in the video, towards the end. So if you just want to if you want to see how to land the planet, just skip straight towards the end of the video. So as you can see now, I'm just coasting in to the station with the 7-second rule that I've just taught you. So now we are 1 light second away. I don't know what to talk about at this point, but I'm just going to keep rambling on about docking. So I'm going to show you how to manually dock. If you weren't comfortable manually docking, then I would come over by here, like I said earlier, and put this into auto dock on or off. So now that I'm coming up to the station, as you can see by here, my speed is about to come down to the blue along my distance. So my alignment is okay. So when I goes blue, that means your speed is fine and you won't have to change anything to your throttle. Now the second I go below 1,000,000 meters, so I'm at kilometers, it will prompt you to press J to disengage your FSD, just like that. Press J and then boom, you're in the station. Now, I'm going to show you how to dock manually. So, docking manually is pretty easy in my opinion. I learned how to do it in about 5 minutes, okay? It isn't that hard. It's one of the easiest things to do in the game compared to anything else, I would say. It's only hard when you crash into a wall a couple of times and blow your ship up. We ain't going to talk about that any further. So, come over to your left hand panel and come over to your contacts with the Q and E key. Go to the contacts, select your station, and then with the arrow key, go to request docking. Press spacebar, and now it says docking request granted. You want to see what your pad number is, which is, in my case, 2. You're going to fly on over to it, and I'm pretty sure that's my pad right there, but I'm not too sure, so we'll find out in a minute. Yep, that's my landing pad. Now, as you can see, that number 2 is on the outer edge. That's going to be right in front of me. And like so, if you arrange yourself like this, slow yourself on down, don't overshoot it like me, and then cruise your way on over to the pad. I can't fly at the moment because I woke up 5 minutes ago. Press L to put your landing gear, and then just cruise on into your landing pad, and fly on over to it.
Landing gear deployed.
Slow your throttle down the closer you get. Right. Then come by here. Hold F to go down, but don't go too fast. Keep it around 10 meters a second. Now, as you can see at the bottom of my ship, I have this screen by here. If my ship's butt is facing me, I'm correctly aligned. So I'm going to fly forward till I get that red circle into that slot there in the middle of the pad. Press X until the marker goes blue. As long as it's blue is fine, but I like to align myself. As you can see, those arrows were there. Those are the way your ship should be facing. So the front of your ship should be facing that way. Once you've done this, hold F and slowly cruise on down until you have touchdown on the pad. Just like this. And here you go. You've manually docked your first ship or second ship. And there you go. It wasn't that hard, was it? Okay, so next up we have your mission board and your starport services, what you can do within your mission board. So as you can see, I'm in my Aldrin terminal. If I come down to starport services, and then this board will pop up. Now this is a bit overwhelming for some people, but if you're one of those people, then just don't worry about it, okay? I'm going to go over all of these, so it's nice and simple for you and you know what you're doing. So first I'd like to talk about the mission board. The mission board is where you get all of your missions from. If it has this icon or like a eagle icon, it means it's one of the factions over by here, Federation, Empire and Alliance. I ain't too sure what Alliance is, so I'm sorry about that, but the Federation and Empire are the factions in the game, or they call them superpowers. If you get to a certain rank, you can unlock permits and ships with the factions. As you can see, I'm Petty Officer, so I have the Soul Permit, as you can see right by there, so I can go to the solar system of our home planet. The mission board, simple by here, I'm going to take this one right by here, is a Courier Mission, so just press accept, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. So, the commodities market is just a bunch of things you can buy or sell, and as you can see on the right by here, you can have a profit in certain stations, as you can see right by here. So that's nice to have. There's also where you can buy stuff for missions, like what are they called again? Deliver missions. That's commodities market. Like delivered missions. So I don't know if they have one in here. Deliver 24 units of explosives. In this one, they will give you the goods that you need to deliver. But if you have ones like this, you will have to go out and find a station that will sell the unit that they want. So that's what that is. The passenger lounge, I ain't too good at this, but you can get a reputation like this, and money like this if you have something like a dolphin ship, and you can get credits and just click on it and it will give you a capacity option, fill up your crew cabins and do what the mission tells you to do. By coming over to this by here and transactions, and then as you can see, that's where your missions will be. Your contacts are all of these by here. Authority contact is to take any fines off, bounties, and everything right by here. Your combat bond, you have legal facilities, mercenary facilities, like this. See, and I can redeem my bounties, but it says negative 25%, which means I won't get the full amount, so I'm not going to do it here. And then you have black market, which is illegal, and search and rescue, which is just search and rescue contacts that you get a reward for. So all these will just give you an extra reward, except for this one. Universal Cartographics is where you can sell all of your system data to get easy credits. I've sold quite a bit of these, and they got me up to 1 million credits, so that's pretty good. And then you also have Crew Lounge, where you can hire crew if you have a compatible ship. It will tell you the ships you need by here if you want to have fighters. So these crew will go into a fighter when you deploy them and will help you take out people that you're trying to fight. And these are the compatible ships by here. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then that's that for you. You have your Galnet, which is just news, I guess, in the game. And your I'll come over the library and the Hollow Me in a minute. Refuel, repair, restock, that's as what it says. So if I go into advanced maintenance, as you can see, I can do all of this. Boom. Now, I want to talk about, you also have remote workshop and you also have a shipyard. The shipyard you can buy ships from, and only certain stations have them. And a remote workshop is where you can craft your own blueprints for your ship. Library will be an outfitting, and Hollow Me is literally just customizing your character. So that's all it is. Right, now we're going to talk about outfitting. Outfitting is all of this by here. Now you might be overwhelmed. If you are, don't, because it's the most simplest thing towards the start of the game. So your hard points are your weapons, like your so my multi-cannons and my pulse laser and burst lasers are my hard points. I also have mining equipment in here. Yeah, so you can have all of these in here: mining tools, missiles. It's amazing how much is in here. I'm being honest, it is. Okay, so that's just that. Utility mounts, stuff like your kill warrant scanner, shield boost, manifest scanner, which is, what is it? Scanner that analyzes the contents of a targeted vessel and cargo hold and passenger cabins. So this, literally all it will do for you is just show you what a ship has inside of it, and maybe you want to steal that stuff, so then you blow them up and then you take the stuff. Point defense turrets, I've tried using these once, but oh, it's anti-missile. Okay, so it just protected from missiles then in the game, from ships like torpedoes and missiles. Pulse wave scanner is for mining. Shield booster is a boosted shield, and a wake scanner is it calculates how much of your how far you can jump with the energy in your FSD. So just explore those and read what they're about. Now the most important one that I cannot stress enough is your core internals. Stuff like your integrity of your ships, your reinforced alloys, your power plant, your thrusters, your frame shift drive, your life support, and everything by your this one isn't as important. You can keep that on a D to save weight. You also have fuel tanks in here. So your bulkhead reinforcements are just your armor, where your ship is, so your integrity. I have some extra modifications to my ship to help my integrity, which I'll show you in a minute. You have a power plant, which is your megawatts per year. So as you can see, as I go over these, it'll either increase or decrease. And while I'm here, I'm going to just buy this one, just to show you it's that simple. So now I got a better reactor, and I can have more things deployed at once. Your thrusters are just the thing that makes you fly faster. Really, literally nothing to that. This helps you go brum brum faster, I guess. Your frame shift drive your FSD, will allow you to jump further distances. So I'm going to buy this one and exchange it. So now I can jump further with my light years, but I need to get more credits. So this is your FSD, and the better the number and better the grade, the better and further it can go, and better the systems. Your life support, if your ship becomes critically damaged, it will supply you with oxygen, just like that. So I'm going to do this one because it makes me go further when I jump space. So now if I have my ship completely unburdened, I can jump 20.16 light years, or my current is 19.27. Power distributor is the pips that I've shown you in the game. So it is your engines, weapons and systems. With your arrow keys you can select. Sensors, just, you know, basic information about identification and targets. And then last but not least, your fuel tanks. Fuel tanks, nice to have, you know, you can fly with more fuel. But the most important ones are your power plant, thrusters and frameshift drive, and reinforced alloys if you want to be more protected. Optional internal is just all of this, so this is what I said about having hull reinforcements to bring my integrity up to this. I have a shield generator to increase my shield strength. I have an empty internal compartment which I can put any of these in, so if I wanted to I could put a vehicle in here, or I could put more hull stuff to bring me up to 1000 integrity, or I can just go for planetary hangar, but it will decrease my jump distance. But if you want to explore planets on the rover, then install that into it, and then it'll come with a rover that you have to buy as well. Your fuel scoop, I'll talk about this a bit later on, so if you want to do that with me, just come on over to this by here and buy not the best one, but buy whichever one suits your needs, I guess. You can go with the 1E if you really want to, but your fuel scoop won't collect as much fuel as mine will, because I have a pretty good fuel scoop. Another empty internal compartment for cargo, planetary vehicle hangar, whatever you want to do. Surface scanners. If you want to know what all these are, just read about them, click on them and they'll tell you what they do exactly. Super Cruise Assist will allow you to travel between stations. If you are doing a long cargo mission, I would recommend putting this on. And by here, a docking computer can go, but I took my docking computer off because I just don't want it on, because I prefer manually docking. But if you do want to like try and increase your with factions and superpowers, I would recommend you put one on just to cut time down so you don't have to waste any time. Planetary Approach Suite, every single ship has this. It helps you land on the planet pretty much, and only way you can really land on the planet is if you have the Horizons of Elite Dangerous, so make sure you buy that if you want to land on the planet. Your livery is literally just customizing your ship. You will need ARX to buy stuff like this, and the further you go down, I guess, the more expensive you are. I don't really pay much attention to this because I don't really find it that interesting. I will go through some of these. I like that one, so I'll put that on. You have your weapon detailing, engine detailing, and your vessel voice. So yeah. Your identification plate, ship kits, front decal, and cockpit accessories. Right, so back to the mission board. I'm doing that courier mission that I've showed you. If you want a tutorial on stuff like, bounty hunting, like, there's not gonna be one here, is there? Like, if you want one like this, but it won't be a wing, just ask for a tutorial in the comments below, and I'll do it for you. By your luck, see? So if you want me to do tutorials on these missions, then I will happily do it for you. Just ask for some tutorials on it. Anyway, let's get to how to manually launch. Really, really easy. Also, a quick side note for the docking. If you are going to dock at a station, you will need to be within 7.5 kilometers to request the docking at first. I forgot to mention that a bit earlier. So yeah, let's get on to how to launch. Okay, so next up, I'm going to talk to you about launching the galaxy map and how to use your FSS scanner and go into different stars, scoopable stars, as if you had filtered your star map earlier, then we should be good. So, come on down to launch. If it says auto launch, just turn it off or on or keep it on. Auto launch will just essentially do all this for you, what I'm about to show you. So, how to take this out. As you go up, you will hear the landing clamps track and let go of you. As you come to the surface, so listen for it. Here they are. Press L to retract landing gear, and then hold R to go up if you're in a station like this. If you're in a hangar, it's a bit harder, but just fly up and fly out of the blue doors as you came in. So now we're gonna fly off over here until we are about 5 kilometers out, because that is the cutoff, or I think it's about 5.3 kilometers where you are unmass locked. Mass locked is where your station, the station and your ship's mass are locked together, so you cannot use your FSD drive at all. So, you see mass lock is off, and that's what mass lock really is. The second you fly within about 5 kilometers, you will become mass locked. So, come on over to your transactions. If you picked up a courier job like me, go over to Open Galaxy Map or press the hashtag key, and then it'll take you straight to the star. If it has a blue icon like this over it, that's where your mission is. The starbase is 16.14 light years away. If I press select or plot route, then it'll plot your route, the fastest way to do it. And it is also a scoopable star. So, we're gonna get that blue circle in the middle of the crosshair again. We're gonna press J to charge. We're gonna click the throttle and then go straight and then just let it cruise. On charge, and it'll take you to the countdown again in about 3, 2, 1. Here's your countdown.
3, 2,
1, and then you're going to this. This is essentially a loading screen. That's what I'm going to say, is it's a loading screen, okay? And it'll say by you jumping to where our system it is. And you will drop off right at the start when you come into the system.
incoming mission critical
And
message.
then it'll say that, and you can see your fuel right there, where it says FSD cooldown, cargo scoop and landing gear and mass lock. You can see your fuel over there, and come over to the navigation panel by here by free looking or pressing 1. Scroll all the way down to till it goes blue, and then press lock destination or cruise assist, and then align yourself. So right now I'm going to show you how to use the Fss Scanner. So press the @ symbol key, you'll come to this. So basics of this is you will get exploration data with the systems that you are in if you've discovered them. So find an orbital plane, which are these grey lines by here, and you see that blue blip there. Is that there? Or if I got to my frequency. Also, you gotta honk the system by using your Discovery Scanner. There we go. Right. Now, if I come to that grey line there and click on it, I will have to tune for my energy, my frequency, until I see white daggers. I am the best at this, so try and line them up like that, and then go like that. It'll either take you to another screen, or it'll take you into this. And you'll either discover a planet, or find out what this is. Your goal for the FSS scanner is to get the system to 100%, and then you'll get extra credits. I've already honked the system and found all the planets to it, and sold the data. But I'm pretty sure if you sell the data, then you will have to redo the planet again to get more data. If not, then because I've not used it that much, so I am the best at it. So if you want a better explanation on it, try find another YouTube video. It's like you can have 10-minute long ones or 5-minute long ones. And now that's pretty much it. The most desirable planets are terraform worlds or Earth-like worlds that haven't been discovered by anybody, so they'll bank you in the most credits. If you go to a website called Road to Riches, then you can type in your system name, and then you can put how many light years out you want. It'll give you all the best planets to pretty much just scan and give you money. Also, if you go to the system map, the planet listing goes like this. So you have the star, So that'll be A. You have AB1, you have A, A1, A2, A3, A4. And then you have like A, so say but let's say 1A, 2A, or 1C, 1D. There we go. And that's pretty much the basics of that. So now come over to your mission, press lock destination. I'm going to Super Cruise Assist to it, so if I just look at the station, it is 3000 kilolight seconds away, so I'll probably put a little cut by you in the video. But other than that, Super Cruise Assist on over to it. If you do want to, just make sure you do the 7-second rule, and I'll meet you when I'm at the station. Okay, so I'm just arriving at the station. I would like to quickly talk to you about being interdicted, which pretty much is when players or NPCs try to pull you out of your Super Cruise or your FSD drive by interdicting you. So you'll come up into like so you know when you go into hyperspeed, to jump to a different star, it will pull you into that and it'll pull you up for an escape vector. You will have to align your ship with that escape vector as best as you possibly can, and you will fill up a blue bar on the left hand side of your screen. And once that's filled up, you'll avoid interdiction. If you have a maneuverable ship, it's pretty easy to do, but if it isn't as maneuverable as a ship like the Cobra, then you're going to have a bit of a struggle. But you'll be okay, in my opinion. I've only ever faltered to one interdiction, which is pretty good in my opinion. So that's what I wanted to tell you as I'm coming to the station by you. Now, as you can see, the Super Cruise Assist will keep you in the 7-second rule. The reason that it's going to 8 seconds is because of this planet's gravitational mass by you. It will affect my speed by pulling on my ship and giving me essentially a reverse gravity assist. But because I'm far away from the planet, I'm pretty much fine. So I can just easily stumble upon this station. Now, as I come into the station, as you can see, we will do the exact same thing as last time. Ready? So we're going to drop in, thanks to Super Cruises. If you have Super Cruises, let's take over the zone. But what we're going to do, we're going to come in 7.5 kilometers or lower. Press dock in the station. I'll give you my pad.
Access permitted. Plot route for approach to landing pad
Spin around,
42.
and I'm going to try and align myself with this hangar right by here. Hold back the throttle. You don't want to come into this too fast because you will crash, as I did yesterday. I was trying to grind Federation rank. Wasn't the happiest moment of my life. It was pretty funny actually, but you know. So when you hang like this,
1,000 meters
forward
till touchdown.
and gear. Align with the landing pad like this, and
Landing gear
cruise on
deployed.
down. I'm going to reduce my throttle as I come over it, so I'm going to come a bit lower and reduce my throttle. Hold F to go down a little bit, and then I'm going to align that red dot with that circle. And boom, it's blue, go a bit more forward. And we're going to go down. Good, I've landed, I'm going to restart and refuel, and I'm docked once again. And now I see.
Touchdown. Deactivated docking.
Now,
Welcome
I'm
to
going to
station,
talk to you
Commander.
about the mission board and how to handle the job. So you will have 3 options, or 4 options if you include this one by ear. You'll have credits, influence, reputation, or you will have this by ear, which requires cargo space, which is you can sell on out to people. Sorry about the noise in the background. There was people outside my window. And reputation gives you status like this. So as you can see, my rank of the Federation is Petty Officer. That's because I stuck with reputation for about 100 missions, and then I got moved to Petty Officer. And that's pretty much it. If you don't have reputation, I would just go for the credits, unless you want the engineering materials. So, because the engineering materials will give you stuff that you can make for your ship. But this by year, it's just cargo space you can sell off to somebody, so it's not engineering materials. So I'm going to choose my credit reward. And it's as simple as that. Thank you for looking at that. You also have all of this. By you donating, I'll do that. now gain me reputation with the station. Okay, right, so now on to stuff like on the right hand panel. So right by here. So if I look on over by here, I'll have my home, so it'll tell me my combat rank, trade rank, explorer rank, and my close combat quarters rank, which I am not good in at all. So I'm sorry about that. You also have all of this by here, training, squadrons, codex, and all of this. I would recommend doing training if you are new. So yeah, and then you can also have music playing in the game for some reason. I don't know why. You have modules, which is all of these, their health, their priority, and what type they are. That's pretty simple. It'll also show you your output and your usage of the modules when they're deployed. So, fire groups. Fire groups I explained briefly a bit earlier. So, 1 is your primary fire, 2 is your secondary fire, left click, right click. In my first one I have just my weapons. In my second one, so B, I just have Keybinds scanner, which just, if I'm going after a bounty, I can scan it with this and it'll give me more of a credit reward. And this Cobra Mark III is my ship to do that in. My second one, I have my pulse lasers for defense and my scanners for everything else pretty much. So just scanning the system. That's all you really need, your discovery scanner. I've never really used these, so I think the conversation scanner is just to scan the composition of the planet, so what its atmosphere is and what ores there is. Data link scanner, I've never used that. From all I know, I've not used that at all, unless that's the one that is defaultly used. Your ship is all your functions by here. Your external lights, pretty straightforward. Night vision, if you land on the planet and it's dark, then it will light up the surroundings for you in night vision mode. You can also deploy landing gear and cargo scoop in here. Your beacon is, so if you're in multi-crew, you can turn your beacon on so your friendly allies can find you. Reboot / repair, if something like your FSD drive has gone offline, you can reboot it and try to repair it in deep space. Turret mode will fire, just do whatever you want. You have forward firing, target only, and fire at will. So that's only good for the point defense turrets. Silent running will turn your shields off, so nobody else can find you pretty much. But I keep that off so I have shields all the time. Inventory is your ship cargo, refinery. So if you go mining, you'll pick it up with a cargo scoop or a collector on your ship. It'll go into your ship cargo, and then it'll go into your refinery, and you can refine it, and it'll give you materials by year. This is the data you have in your ship, so all of these by here is the data that I have, and you can click on them to get more information. Synthesis, I think it just tells you what all the things do in your ship, and then cabins for stuff like the Dolphin ship in the game with cargo. Your status is your reputation with your superpowers and all of that, and who the local power of the actual station you're landing in is and who they are. In system factions, these are just the system factions and what they're doing pretty much, and their reputation and influence and security and economy. This is just a log update, as you can see. You get logs all the time. This is your balance, your ship insurance, and rebuy cost. If you're flying, always make sure your balance is more or the exact same as your rebuy cost. You can rebuy your ship. And then these are your permits. To get different permits, you will either need to get to rank 4 with the superpowers for 1 permit each, which is a Soul System permit, which you get with the Federation by getting a Petty Officer, and then you can get the New Founders permit by getting to Elite with the Empire faction. I'm pretty sure it's called. Yes. So, and then this by here is just your playlist of what you pretty much can have in it. So that's the right hand panel. I'm going to show you how to fuel scoop in a minute and a bit later on. Okay, so we're just jumping to another star real quick because I need to get my fuel levels down. So I can show you the fuel scoop pretty much. Also, this is an unexplored system, so I can also show you how to do the FSS again. So, we're going to fly towards the star, and real quick, come over to your ship, come down to Pilot Preferences, and turn Orbit Lines on. That'll help you a lot, that will. So, fly over to the star, and that yellow outline there is called your exclusion zone. Fly nice and slow above the star until your fuel scoop fills up completely, but stay out of that yellow line, okay? I can't stress that enough. Once your fuel scoop gets to max, I think mine's 52 or 54, just kill your throttle, and then your heat will go very slowly, but your fuel levels will go up at the exact same pace. So once you're fully fueled, or as much as you want, fly away from the star and don't get overheated. So that's pretty much what fuel scooping is. If you do start to overheat, don't be scared. Just fly away from the star and don't fly into that yellow zone. Otherwise, you will overheat and get pulled out of FSD, and you'll have to wait for the cooldown. But if you do get pulled out, make sure you fly up from the star as best you possibly can, and so you stop overheating. And as I went over earlier, go into Galaxy Map, and these are the stars that can be scooped. An easy way is, oh, be a fine girl, kiss me. That's the easiest way to remember it. Or another way is foam KGM, I think. So you have many phrases to do it, and if you filter your star class like this, the red ones are the ones that can be scoopable. So that's what fuel scooping is. And now I'm going to see if there's a landable planet in this system. No, it is not. However, if I come to a full stop, switch to analysis mode, go over to my comp scanner, I'm going to quickly rearrange my fire group so neither of those are on. So go for my last fire group. I'm going to scan the entire system. We call it honking the system. There we go. Only 2 orbital bodies. So we're going to press the at symbol to go to FSS, find a blue dot like that, and then we're going to try and get those white daggers to line up, or get that blue circle, go like that, get the white daggers with it to line up, and it'll take me into a second screen. So we're going to go like that until we see the white daggers, line them up as best as possible, like that, no, like until that comes up. I swear I did this before. There you go. Yes, yes, system scan. So we're gonna then press mouse to the back over. Those are just the coded emissions, and since there's only one planet in here, we don't need to do that anymore. So I'm gonna try and find a system with a landable planet in it, and I'll be back to you when I'm at that planet. So the very last thing I want to talk to you about right now is just simple planet landing and how to do it. I'm just super cruising on over to the destination I've chosen, and we'll do the 7-second rule as I have taught you before. So 40 seconds. This might take a bit. Right, so we're going to go down to 7 seconds as I've taught you, and this time we're coming at a planet. So we want to come in at a angle of attack like you're landing a plane, like you're coming in on a runway. You still want to go at the 7-second rule and at the reasonable speed, so you don't just drop out of FSD, because you need that to glide yourself on in. So if I go like that, my time is still above 10 seconds. So we're going to a moon of this planet, of that blue planet right there. We're going to glide on in. I'm going to aim for the middle. 8 seconds, push to 7, whoop, I lost myself in there. Now I'm going to start to get affected by the gravity of the gas giant, definitely. So be careful of that. Planet landings when they are orbiting another planet is a bit tedious, but you know, what can you do? So we're going to come on into the planet, and 7 seconds, perfect. We're gonna in, and I want to try and align myself. Oh god, I think it's way too fast, look. And now I'm going to have to go into shape. So, it happens to the best of us. I'm going to try my very best to recover it. And I recovered quite well, actually, so that's what happens if you don't pay attention. Because I was more likely trying to teach you how to land the planet. Also, before I left the last station, I fit in my planet with a planetary vehicle bay, so I can also show you how to use the rover. I will briefly touch on how to use the rover. Right, so now we've came into the exclusion zone of the planet. So we're going to come up to drop at a reasonable speed, and then we're going to look down, and then we're going to drop on down and try to find a nice flat area. So here we go. And about to come to drop, which is about 45,000 meters, I believe, or 55. I think just 50,000. Now you go. And then we're going to go into a glide. Don't worry about colliding with the planet's surface, because you're not going to. It'll drop you out of the glide before you, about 10 kilometers above the surface. So just try your very best to find a nice flat piece of land. I'm not worried as much about the colliding with the terrain. The only thing we should really worry about there is when you are in normal flight. So that's a nice flat part with it. We're going to go down. If you see any red at the bottom, stay out of that, because that means your angle is way too steep. So you want to stay within the blue or the orange. But if it's red at the bottom, I don't think it'll show me. No, it won't show me. So we can't demonstrate that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unmark the planet I have by here, because I'm already at it. And we're going to come to the surface. Be very careful how fast you come in, because you can crash really fast. Just like that, so I'm going to try and fly my way on that.
Landing gear deployed.
Here we go. Right, don't be as stupid as me, okay? That's the lesson you need to take away from this. Don't be as stupid as your teacher, because I am pretty stupid. You go. So you'll say alignment's okay, and is blue, we're gonna fly on down. I'll tell you if you should slow down or not. And then those arrows mean go down, and unstable terrain. So we're going to find a better landing spot now, which is right by here. So we're going to go down, alignment's okay, and we are going to touch down. Here we go. We've touched down on the planet's surface. Now coming to bottom panel with free look, and the mouse button again, and look at your SRV scarab if you have one, and then deploy.
Drive assist on.
We will now come down into the planet and right around. Hold E to throttle forward,
Low gravity warning.
Q to throttle back. Don't worry about holding, you can just hold Q and you won't go into reverse, but if you hold Q again, then you will go into reverse. It's the exact same thing with E. So we're going to drive around over here. Depending on the planet's gravity, it can be a bit, you know, finicky. You can hold space to go up, and then your middle mouse button doesn't really do anything with this. So just stay in free look, I would. A to turn, and D to turn, you know. W and S doesn't do anything, so don't even worry about those. So now we're going to take you back to get into your ship, unless you want to do some more exploring. It's the exact same controls. It's U to go into your turret. If you're on PC or console, these will be inverted. So to change these, I went to Options, Controls. Went on down to weapons. Was it? Nope. It was. I'll find it now for you. Driving by here. So driving turret controls. Turn this by here onto pitch. Okay. So then apply. And now your turret controls will be normal. You know, then you have cockpit mode, and then you also have analysis mode, which is just like that. You right click like that over a ship, and then that over target base. So U to get back out your turret, E to go forward. When approaching your ship, try to go around 7 meters a second or lower, and then slow down as you come in. Go into that orange box over there, nice and slowly, and then stop. Lock down, go over to the Scarab, and I'm letting you go a bit more forward to actually do it. Here you go, I think that's it maybe. Here you go. And you go to board ship. When you are correctly aligned, board your ship, and then it'll take you back up. And then in your ship, hold R to launch. I'll go through this really cool sequence. Fly it up. Get locked up. Track down with your L. Fly out. Press second and last off, which is about 3 kilometers above the surface. We'll press J, align with our escape vector, and brute force on it.
2, 1, engage.
So that is pretty much everything you need to know about Elite Dangerous and your basic controls. To leave the planet, go above the OC line, just keep going upwards. Your speed will continually increase the more you go up. So the higher you go, the quicker your speed will go. And when you come to this red zone, you will be in deep space, and then your throttle will really start to kick in then. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know in Elite Dangerous, your basic controls, how to land and dock, your basic missions. If you do want other guides, like bounty hunting guides or delivering guides, just ask me, leave in the comments below. I will help you as best I possibly can and make a guide. I'll try my very best to keep up with a schedule. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching my video, and I'll see everybody next time. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see all your legends next time. Peace.